Hello and welcome to One Mummy Scrapping. Today I am going to create a layout from Universal Studios, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. This was my daughter's 11th birthday last year, and this was her wand ceremony. So I decided to use Witches and Wizards by Echo Park. This came out this year, 2020. And before I start with the layout, I wanted to do a quick little flip through of the 12 by 12 paper. At least there's not a lot embellishment wise that goes with it, just a pack of die cuts, and you can see kind of the frames, and there's a lot of frames and tags in that. But you've got this cut apart sheet which has house colors for most of the houses. Like you got your Slytherin right there. You've got plenty of Gryffindor, more Slytherin. This could kind of be Hufflepuff, and there's really not Ravenclaw in here, so that's a little disappointing, but you flip it over and you've got the lovely dark blue. This is assorted wizard things. We've got the brooms, witches, wands, hats, cauldrons, bottles of potion, books. Beautiful Gryffindor plaid there. We have the owls on this side and little tiny lightning bolts on the other. Floating candles like in the Great Hall, and you have this scattered moon and star kind of taupe on the back. Here we've got some more. I love this Magic in the House. This I may end up cutting out and using today. I haven't decided because of the story behind her wand. This would be a good card to put in. It does have the green plaid on the back for Slytherin, so hopefully I'm going to remember to use that. This one I don't want to cut up. I love this, but what I finally figured out is that right here, like from here to here in these two columns, this is what repeats over and over and over again. So if I can use, keep these two parts here, then I could use each of the little blocks of print as an embellishment. The other side is this really pretty old time tone on tone wallpaper print. We have library here full of lots of books, and the other side is just stars. No moons in this one like the taupey colored one, but just lots of stars, tone on tone red. You've got all the house colors with a wizard's hat. You've got some definite Gryffindor red and gold. Another cut apart sheet. I love all the different sayings in here. I think it's wonderful. The back is a black with some clouds, very faint clouds, and some more stars. You have letters all wrapped up with twine and some coming open. The back is a red and gold and black diagonal plaid. We've got banners for all of the houses and the school. The reverse, this is your Ravenclaw plaid. These are a bunch of just magical words: witch, spellbound, adventure, wonder, broomstick, believe, story, and the reverse side is the Hufflepuff plaid. And then you have your sticker sheet. So today I am apparently going to be interrupted by my computer many times. Okay, today I am going to use some mixed media that I have already done. I did this probably about a month ago, and I used the Twinkle Twinkle die, or not a die, Twinkle Twinkle stencil from Heffy Doodle. Love this stencil. I like the different sizes of them. I mean, there's not too many, and then they're spaced out, so you kind of get more of a scattered thing. And then I use this Bria Reese gold modeling paste. They're glossy stuff. And yeah, it's just gold. There's no special name. I like that. And unfortunately, when I did this, and then I pulled it out and pulled the pictures to go with it, I set the pictures on down, and then I ended up setting other stuff on top of it, and it kind of stuck. I have that's what I couldn't get off, but it actually ripped the photo paper trying to get it unstuck. So I've got to make sure that when I do get the stuff glued down that I am covering up the little kind of ripped patches. So I think I'm going to do something like this, maybe more like that, because I want to be able to keep enough of these stars. So I am going to set you guys all on fast forward, and we're going to get started. All right, so editing Amy here. And it is time to actually go through and pick out the papers that I want to use. I did actually remember to use that 4x4 card, which excited me that, because honestly, I have pulled cards out like that before and then forgotten to use them. I do also cut out of the newspaper print paper, I end up cutting out that one section I talked about, so that way I can use the reverse side with, actually on this layout today, and still have that text. So it's like it's like a newspaper, and I end up cutting out the little section that was advertising the wand shop. The paper with the candles and the reverse side with the taupe sky and whatnot, I do not end up using at all. Neither do I use that plaid. So I did decide to go ahead and kind of do that little staggered bit. That let me do a larger mat. It just added about a ½ an inch, I think, onto my normal mat size for the width. But adding that little bit of extra in there let me make sure that all of the ripped portions of the background were covered up. And I was surprised. I've never had that issue with a texture paste before where it's sticky like weeks and weeks later. That was a bit of a newsflash for me. Of course, I am putting on my favorite adhesive, foam adhesive, which is the 2-inch foam adhesive from Scrapbook.com. My understanding is they are on sale right now, and I am going to go pick some up tomorrow after payday. All right, now I'm realizing I've got this great 4x4 square, and it's not going to fit because it's too big, and I was just like, ugh. So I decided I actually end up cutting it. I'm going through my little paper bags. I keep these little bags. Sometimes I get them with kits. There are different things that are in there, and I'll keep them and just clip them together because they're really nice to do bits of hidden journaling. Now, this particular tag on the front says, "You are my favorite wizard," and it will go in that little pocket, and then the pocket will go kind of behind one of the photos, the bottom right one. And I'm pulling out thread. I found gold thread, which I cannot get the end off at all. Like, it's driving me insane. That keeps happening to me. And I attempt to thread the tag. Now, I'm not a tag person, but this for hidden journaling, I do like tags for that. And if I've got a tag, I love to put twine or thread or something through the little hole, especially when you've got something like this where it's going to be a little more difficult to pull out. Adding in the gold with the white and red twine just gives it a nice little bit of a sparkle and just makes it slightly more interesting to look at. Oh, I was in the middle of saying something and then I switched and now I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, yes, so magic in the house. Let me talk about that. So we went to Harry Potter World, and this was Elizabeth's actual 11th birthday. We're big on no spoilers type stuff. So Elizabeth has not seen the Harry Potter movies unless she's actually read the book, and we still haven't finished all of the books yet. But we would not let her take the Pottermore test for her official house until she turned 11. Let me tell you, that drove this child nuts for 3 entire years. She's like, "Can I take it now?" I'm like, "No, you are not 11. How about now?" Still not 11. So on her 11th birthday, we took her to the Harry Potter World. We did that on her birthday and then the day after as well. And she got to sit in the Leaky Cauldron and have breakfast and take the Pottermore test, which I know it's not Pottermore anymore. I can't remember. It's Wizarding World or something like that. I don't know. It goes along with the name of the park. I just call it Harry Potter stuff in Pottermore because that's what it used to be. Anyways, she is a Gryffindor, which is what she wanted to be. I am a Hufflepuff, and my husband is a Ravenclaw. And honestly, we thought she was going to come out of this as a Hufflepuff because my child has told me, like the year before for my birthday, we ended up at Disney, and one of her friends was having a pool party, and she's like, "Mom, I love going to Disney, but I really wish I could have gone to my friend's pool party." And I'm like, "You wanted a pool party over Disney?" She's like, "Well, yeah, because my friends are there." So I was like, okay. Real quick aside, I only had one black A. So I took a Q and just cut the little section out that you can see. It kind of looks like a C now. And then use that with a V to make the A for wizard. Wand uses the other A, and it is a complete one. And really, unless you are looking incredibly closely, it is hard to tell that that was kind of a Frankenstein letter that was cut apart. So anyways, we're down there and we go do the wand ceremony. If you did not know, you can actually go in and they will do kind of the Harry Potter-esque ceremony where they pick usually a child from their small audience and have them do like wave different magic wands and whatnot. So Elizabeth actually wasn't picked for that. Some other little girl was. And as we were leaving, the wand maker's assistant noticed Elizabeth had a birthday button on and came out and got us, and guys was like, hey, have you chosen your wand yet? So the wand maker wants to do a wand ceremony with you. So we went back, and what was especially nice about this, well, I know she was disappointed she wasn't picked in the beginning, is for this, we were alone. It was just the wand maker, Elizabeth, and my husband and I, which made it even more special because I got to go and actually move around and take pictures and everything. And the wand, she ended up being, saying it was hers, I'm showing my friend my layout there, is one that's made out of vine wood and has a dragon heartstring, which we thought was absolutely perfect because my wand is vine wood and my husband's core is the dragon heartstring. So her wand is a perfect mix of ours. And it was just like, oh my goodness, when she held it and then the lights glowed and her, it was just really, really cool. And it was amazing that the wand maker took extra time set aside specifically just for Elizabeth because it was her birthday. That made this even more special. So that story is probably going to start on the back of the tag, and then there's a lot to do. I'm most likely going to type out that story and then tape it to the back of the layout. I have done that before where there's a lengthy story and I don't really have room. There's really not enough room on that tag to do it. I could do a series of tags, but I'm like, nope, not happening. So, things that I have done while I was telling you that story, I have added in the card, which you saw me cut. So, cutting it and having it tucked in behind the photo lets it look like it's a longer piece. So, it still incorporates all the colors, but fits much better. I added two things at the bottom. The long banner says you make every day magical, and then the small little yellow one says cast the spell. And then the title is The Wand Chooses the Wizard, which is a line from the book, the first book, Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone, depending on where you live. So I just cut up the little piece from the newspaper that says The Wand Shop, Finest Magical Wands. And I end up also using a sticker there that says Magic and Wizards. It's green, and the reason I end up using the green sticker is because I have these little compass pieces, and I decided I wanted to use those, and they have a little bit of green in them as well, so that kind of helped tie those in. There was that one that they just put near Magic in the House has it pointing north, and the other one is just a compass rose, but it was nice to kind of have that little bit of continuity of color without going overboard, going, hey, look at all this Slytherin type stuff. I have these little black labels that I have had for forever and a day, and decide that they will actually work well on this layout. The one I'm putting in right now just says for you. The one tucked in with the tag says happy birthday, and then at the bottom right there I'm doing one that says remember. I also stamped the date down there. I always have to include my date at the lower right corner. If you are someone that does not include the date on your layouts, please start putting it there, because that is going to be a big deal 10, 20 years from now. And that's what I found when I was trying to go through and redo how I stored my layouts was I don't know some of these younger pictures of my daughter. I'm like, I don't know if she's 2 or 3. I don't know if this happened in January or if this happened in December. I can't tell. So I'm really big now on making sure the date is at the bottom right. Sometimes the date ends up on a card somewhere in another spot, and I will still put it in the bottom right because now my family and I are trained. We look at the bottom right to see the actual date for these things. These gold glittered chipboard stars are ones that I had in my gold embellishment box, which I've got embellishment boxes for all the various colors and neutrals. So it's really nice that I can just pull that out and I know I'll have stuff that goes with it. I've not used them as much, but lately I'm starting to really pull them in a lot more. All right, Nuvo drop time. I do something I do not normally do, and that is mix my drops. I am using one Dream Drop, which is gold Luxe, and then I'm using 3 vintage drops. The vintage drops are the 2 Gryffindor colors, Postbox Red and Yellow Brick Road, along with black, which is called Blackboard. And I just sprinkle those about. Normally, I'm very meticulous about doing it evenly, kind of like I have the same number of drops in each. I did not do that here because I scattered them amongst the gold star background that I made, and so I liked it to feel a little more freehand. If you enjoyed this video and have not already subscribed, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you are notified whenever I upload a new video or go live, which I do on Thursdays here on YouTube. I also go live in my Facebook group on Sundays at 3 p.m. in, like I said, in Facebook. 8 p.m. on Thursdays Eastern Time and 3 p.m. on Sundays. I hope you guys all have a lovely day. Bye!